All 10 of the 2023 Formula One liveries, aka car paint jobs, have officially been revealed, so it is time for me to rank them. In last place, AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri's 2023 livery reveal looked less like an F1 car launch and more like the world's most hipster bank robbery. The livery itself is equally as disjointed. I get that AlphaTauri is based in Italy, but putting the Italian flag on the rear wing seems a bit odd for the B team of an England-based F1 team owned by an Austrian company whose main product is a Thai energy drink. Leave the Italian pride to Ferrari and Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri. Also, I really do not like all of those red accents, which are a result of AlphaTauri's new partnership with Polish oil company Orlen, who, I should note, they stole from Alfa Romeo, possibly in a move to make themselves appear more Italian. The red is just so off-brand for AlphaTauri that it ruins the entire livery for me. AlphaTauri's main color is blue, which is the opposite of red. Play Pokemon for me one time, French toast. In ninth place, Red Bull. Red Bull Racing are coming off a back-to-back Formula One World Drivers' Championship winning seasons, but that accomplishment pales in comparison to their accomplishment of a back use of the exact same livery. Since 2016, the only thing Red Bull have changed up with regard to their livery are the sponsors and them playing pin the tail on the donkey, except with the Red Bull. Red Bull shouldn't even be allowed to call it a livery reveal at this point. It should be called a livery confirmation. It's funny that Red Bull's livery is always a foregone conclusion, considering the car itself is always one of the most secretive leading up to testing. This is evidenced by the fact that in this age of 4K technology, this is the best picture that we have of the RB19. That's not caught in 4K, it's caught by the Game Boy camera. The only thing funnier than Red Bull using the same livery since 2016 is them making sure that as boring as their livery is, it's still better than that of their B team, AlphaTauri. In eighth place, Alpine. Here's a comprehensive list of all the vibes that the 2023 Alpine livery is giving. Outer space gender reveal, ballpark cotton candy salesperson, and awkward middle school dance with girls on one side and boys on the other. Alpine need to do the right thing and switch over to their alternate BWT livery full time. In case you didn't hear, Alpine will be running an awesome all pink livery for their first 3 races this season. And if enough of us petition them, maybe, just maybe, our voice will be heard and they'll keep it for the remainder of the season. So please tag Alpine in the comments and let them know that you want the pink livery all season long. In 7th place, McLaren. For a Formula One team that calls itself the Papayas, McLaren's 2023 livery is lacking in the papaya department. There's almost as much papaya on McLaren's 2023 car as there is papaya in the Bolivian soft drink Fanta Papaya, and I'll let you in on a little secret. That particular beverage uses artificial flavoring. Shout out, by the way, to this SodaWiki commenter whose Fanta Papaya comment cryptically started off with, quote, "I'm into odors," whatever that means. Also, while I'm happy that McLaren are getting that Google money, the Google color wheel logo, which is very prominently featured in the livery, absolutely destroys their car's color scheme. It also, side note, irrationally pisses me off that the color wheel in the Google Chrome logo is a different color wheel than those on the wheel covers. What's going on there? I will give McLaren one compliment though. If you view their car from one specific angle, head on, it looks great. Which means it will be looking great in the rear view mirrors of the Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Alpine drivers all season long. In 6th place, Williams. Williams' 2023 livery has some good things going for it. Most notably, the best brand integration in all of Formula One with the Duracell battery intake and their golf sponsorship which allows them to put the iconic Golf logo on their glorified golf cart. But those two things aside, the livery is just okay. There's something about it that just doesn't sit right with me, but I'm not really sure what it is. It could be that it reminds me of Aquafresh toothpaste, which I ate a lot of as a kid thinking it was candy, or maybe it's just that I know that Nicholas Gotifi will not be driving around in it this season, and that fact makes me sad, and thus I'm rating it worse. Who knows, but let's be honest, it's probably the latter. Bah! Finding great talent does not have to be a second job. You can reclaim your time and find top talent fast with Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Indeed's US data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. Something I love about Indeed, and the reason I use it to hire, is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy with Instant Match. As soon as you sponsor a post, you get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description, and you can invite them to apply right away. Indeed knows that finding people with the right skills makes all the difference when you're a hiring team of one. That's why with Indeed, you only pay for quality applications that match your must-have job requirements. Visit Indeed.com/FBone to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/FBONE, Indeed.com/FBone. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed. In fifth place, Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo's 2023 car launch was unbelievably chaotic and included them leaking their own car, as well as them potentially breaking a Swiss gambling law. And if you want, by the way, to hear the full story there, be sure to check out my full video titled Alfa Romeo's 2023 F1 car reveal went very wrong. But despite that chaos Alfa Romeo brought upon themselves at their 2023 car launch, they also brought upon themselves a nice-looking motor vehicle. It made my top 5, largely because it's clean and not overcomplicated, and has a few great design choices like the unique wheel covers, the Italian flag rear wing, Alfa Romeo's logo on the nose cone, which looks great there, and of course, the legendary Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio, which is the 4-leaf clover. My main issue with Alfa Romeo's 2023 car is that if you squint your eyes, it looks exactly like a Ferrari, just one that's not going to win the World Constructors' Championship this season. So I guess it looks exactly like a Ferrari. In fourth place, Haas. The 2023 Haas livery did something that no livery has ever done before: make the Haas car look competitive. It's clean, it's sleek, it's got the G for Gunter Steiner right there on the side. It is clearly designed to save weight. What's not to like? It's even got one of the best sponsor stickers in all of Formula One on it, Chipotle. Yes, I said Chipotle. I love when brands that I actually personally use and enjoy have F1 sponsorships. It's a nice way to cut through all these software companies and random conglomerates. Guac costs extra. More like guac Haas extra. Also, I like the 2023 Haas livery because it actually has an homage to Nikita Mazepin on it. In third place, Ferrari. Ferrari had inarguably the greatest car launch of all time, which included them taking their 2023 car for its first ever lap live in front of 500 of their most diehard supporters, and they've got a great livery too. The 2023 Ferrari livery has everything you're looking for in a Ferrari livery. It's red. It says Ferrari, Santander, and Shell. It's a livery. But my one issue with it is that while it's red, it's not red enough. In order to save weight, Ferrari has a fair amount of exposed black carbon fiber on the livery, where more red paint could have been. And while this is a strategy used by pretty much every team, the fact that it causes Ferrari to have less iconic red on their car makes it much more noticeable and impactful. In second place, Aston Martin. Aston Martin's 2023 livery is just plain awesome. It honestly leaves me at a loss for words, but that's mostly just because I literally do not know the name of whatever color it is. It's like a greenish, bluish, sea foamy, aqua, I don't know. The yellow accent works very well with the black and unknown color, and it's doing a lot without trying too hard, which I respect. I also love how shiny it is. I'm attracted to shiny things, just like the common crow or Max Verstappen. And finally, in first place, Mercedes. Look at the 2023 Mercedes livery and tell me that you aren't intimidated. You can't, because you just looked at the 2023 Mercedes and thus have been rendered speechless by how intimidating it is. This thing looks otherworldly, and because of that, I'm not convinced that it wasn't one of the many UFOs that the US government just shot out of the sky. This thing has me believing that Mercedes are back, and that, consequently, Mercedes' number one driver is going to be World Drivers' Champion this year. Thus, early congratulations are in order for Mercedes' number one driver, George William Russell. If you enjoyed that content and want more right now, just $5 a month on patreon.com/formulabone gets you 2 additional Patreon exclusive videos per month. It also gets you access to my weekly written F1 column where I put my most wild and unfiltered takes and more. And it also helps make it so that I can keep making Formula One content full time. So go check out patreon.com/formulabone now. Special shout out to my top Patreon supporters, Colkey and @ratedbookie. Until next time, folks, J-Bone!